Hi all, welcome to Salesforce in 5 minutes. In this video, we are going to talk more about SOSL. But before getting started, if you really like my videos, I request you to please subscribe to my channel. So let's get started. So we have learned SOQL, what exactly an SOQL is. The link to the video I will be providing in the description, but we have already been through what exactly an SOQL is. So in this lecture or in this video, we are going to be mostly exploring more about SOSL. When do we use SOSL? First of all, the question will be when do we use SOSL? So now let's say you have some kind of text. Let's say within the overall Salesforce, you have a word, let's say test, okay, or let's say new, or let's say test is a very common thing, okay. Somewhere in Salesforce, within the Salesforce org, you have created multiple records with name test, and somehow you just want to find this account, find those records with the name test, but you do not know in which object do they reside. Okay, you do not know whether they're in account, whether they're in contact. You just want to find out all the records with the name containing test inside it. Okay, so this is where the SOSL comes into the picture. If you know from which object you want to get the records, this is where you can use SOQL. But if you do not know from which object do you want to query the record, this is where the SOSL comes into the picture. So basically SOSL is a text based search. Now to write an SOSL, you can again go to the query editor over here. The syntax of SOSL is quite different as compared to that of SOQL. So the syntax of SOSL is find, okay, the text you want to search, okay, in all fields. Okay, even if you find the text you want to search within the curly braces, if you're running this code inside the query editor, okay, you have to do it in curly braces. But in case if you are running this code inside the Apex class, you have to use single quotes. Okay, please keep this in mind. This is another difference that you can find in Apex class in query editor. Okay, so let's say I want to find out test. Okay, if it can be from any object, I just want to find out test. Okay, any records having name test inside it. So I'm going to run this query. Okay, let's go to this query editor again, find a text I want to search is nothing but test, and let's execute it. Oh, it has a space at the start. Let's execute it. Now if you see, it has went and queried or found out all the records having test inside it. It can be account, it can be contact, it can be lead, case, eggs. This is a custom object that I created. Company. It went to every object and just went ahead and searched the records containing test, right? So what if I just want it from the account record, or what if I just want it from the account and contact? I don't want to search it in all the records, all the objects. I just want to search it from the account. Okay, in that cases you have to write in all fields, fields, returning, oh, returning, and then you have to specify the object name account, because I just wanted to query it from the account. So in that cases, you can write in all fields returning account. Okay, you can further specify whichever fields you want, but I am right now specifying from all the fields. It can be name, it can be description. It will go ahead in all the fields and just find out whether there is test within this all the fields of account object. Now if I go ahead and run this query, you can see it has just went to the account and tried to find out the account having this specific value, that is test. But what if I want to not, this is right now is giving me just the ID. What if I want to find out the name? I want to print the name of the account as well in this canvas. So to do that, what you can do is you can just go over here and provide the name. Okay, so now it's just going to print out the names over here. Okay, if I query it, see test account Salesforce in 5 minutes. This Salesforce in 5 minutes record might have some field, okay, because I'm querying in all the fields. Okay, it can be description or any other field which might have test inside it. That's why it's returning the particular account. So Salesforce in 5 minutes, test 1 2 3 Sadiq's test account. So it has queried right now it's showing name inside this canvas. But what if I want more fields? So for an example, I want ID as well. So you can give ID by giving comma separated manner. So if I again run this query, you can see it is returning name. Along with that, it's also returning ID. But right now, again, I'm repeating, it's searching in all the fields of account. It's not specific to name, but it's specific to all the fields that are present inside the account. Now, what if you want to query from one more object? You want to find it within the contact as well. So you can just specify comma and contact. You can see it has written account and contact, both of them. Again, if you want name of the contacts as well, you can specify over here name. Okay, so you right now you can see it has written name inside the contact as well, right? But now what if I just want a count starting with test, or that field has name containing test, only name. Right now it's searching in all the fields, right? What if I just want it from a particular field like name containing test? It can be at starting or ending. So here again, where clause can be useful. So here you can just go for an example account where name equals to, you can specify test. Now if I run this query again, it will just return the account where name equals to test. It basically, there is no account with name equals to test. It contains, but there is no specific account with name equals to test. Hence it did not return account at all, but it just returned contact. But if I use like operator, how to use like operator and what it is, you can watch it in my previous video of SOQL. So if I use like operator over here, if I give percentage at the start, this means the name of the account can start with anything, but it should end with test. So it's going to go ahead and find those accounts. There are no accounts, no such accounts. Let's try to find out the accounts starting with test and ending with anything that they want to. So you can see there are multiple accounts. These are all starting with test and ending with anything, because anything means percentage. Let's say I want account just containing test, so I can just go percentage. Okay, it's still 10 accounts. So this is how you can specifically query the records inside using the SOQL. Another difference within SOQL and SOSL is that I cannot just make an update. If you have watched my previous video, I was able to do an update from here itself. But in SOSL, I cannot make an update to these records. Okay, but in SOQL, I was able to. So in simple terms, you use SOQL when you do not know in which object that record exists. So you just want to make a throughout the query. It's very useful if you want to search an hard coded ID. For an example, within your class, Apex classes, or within your or you can just find out a specific record, right? Like for an example, you want all the accounts starting with name test, or with having test inside it. Okay, anything test inside it, you don't want such accounts, right? Or you want such accounts. So in that cases, you can write an SOSL which will do a text based search in all the fields of all the objects and try to find you out that particular record. So this is what the SOSL is, and this is how you can write an SOSL. If you found this video helpful, I request you to please like this video and subscribe to my channel.